Hey, YouTubers. Thank you, new subscribers. Thank you for sharing, liking, and especially the comments because I love hearing what you all have to say. So, a lot of people have given up. They just are going about their daily lives, not realizing that now's the time to prepare. And I think that's kind of a shame, but it's not too late to change your lives and do something that is a ripple effect and changes the outcome of the simulation and everything that's going on. So I don't know if you're living under a rock. You must be if you can't see that we're being terraformed and like all the jibbity jab. I can't believe that that's still censored, that I can't talk about it, even as it's come out. And it's all over different networks about how those of us that are supposedly conspiracy theorists, that now everything we said is true. So if you are somebody who ostracized your family, guilted, shamed, belittled, name called, those of us who saw through the ruse and knew that it was a big scam and a way to harm folks, kill folks, lower the population, and is a big experiment that we haven't even seen the end of. Now's the time to step up because people that are good people will forgive you. Can you forgive yourself, or are you going to just keep going along with the agenda and try to be the so-called teacher's pet and do what you're told, even though you're unaliving? You have to say unalive instead of the real word for it, or the algorithms pick it up. But if you've helped unalive a lot of these people with going along with the agenda, especially the children and young people, now's the time to step up and take responsibility for that. So what do we do? What do we do at this point? It's the little things. Little things that you do every day add up to big things. Every little thing that you can do to change your life and make it better. So, for example, that material, the stuff that's on that barge that's sinking and polluting the water, that stuff is used also in beauty products like perfumes and things. So it's toxic. You're not supposed to breathe it in, but it's in your beauty products. So just start somewhere. I guarantee you, if you start in one place, it'll change your whole life. So the things that you're putting on your body, your shampoos, your deodorants, your perfumes, your makeup, look at the ingredients in those things and stop using them. There's wonderful alternatives to everything that are cheaper, natural, and sustainable, that do not harm you or your children or the planet. Cleaning products. If you're using the standard overpriced toxic cleaning products, make your own. All this stuff, all this information is so easily available online. I don't even need to list everything as far as that. You can, part of the growing and learning this stuff is taking those steps to inform yourself. So it's also very empowering. Damn it, I forgot to turn the light on. Okay, we'll just keep going with the light off. I probably look like shit, but who cares? That's not the point of all this. So, the other thing is diet. You know, I keep seeing all these recipes on Facebook, for example, and everything is a boxed, pre-made thing that people just dump together and make. And I know it's easier than doing your own thing or whatever in some ways, but in some ways it's not. It's just habits. It's just doing it that way out of, you know, you're exhausted and you just, yeah. So if you change your diet, it starts changing the way you live and the way you think. It doesn't mean you have to be perfect, but for example, Easter's coming up. All that toxic, cancer-causing, behavioral issue, toxic shit that you're fucking feeding your kids and yourself, this is a good year to change it. You don't have to do without sweets, even though sugar causes cancer. It's the dyes and all that stuff that's even worse. So and the chemicals. So I suggest make your own. You know, people used to make homemade candy. It's not that hard. Desserts and all like that. And then at the same time as making your treats, you're teaching your children how to make stuff themselves. Switch up your holidays into new, what do you call it? Family, oh, damn it, then the word's not catching me. New, God, the word's right on the tip of my tongue. That you practice every year, so a new way of celebrating, and it will become the way that your family starts celebrating these different things. If you want to celebrate them, start it in a new way. So you know, when you change your food, everything in your house starts changing. You start reading labels, you start seeing things in a different way, and your whole life changes. It is 6 months today since I stopped smoking weed. Now, I'm not saying weed's the devil, but for me, smoking lots and lots of pot for 38 years, it's kind of a relief, y'all. I don't have to always be worrying, oh, I'm almost out of weed, or I need to grow weed, or I need to trade weed, I need to find weed, I need fucking weed. That is just one more thing off the list that I don't have to fucking deal with. Now, some people can smoke a bowl at night and be done with it. That's not how I smoke weed. I like to smoke weed. I like to smoke a lot of weed, smoke bowl after bowl, joint after joint. And for me, you know, I love it. Now, I don't identify as an addict because I've always been able to put it down, like say I'm taking a trip or doing something when the kids were young to where it couldn't be there, then I wouldn't have it available, and it wasn't like I freaked out or anything. But if I had my preference, it used to be, yeah, smoke weed. So now I don't have to worry about that. And at the same time, weed has gotten all fucking crazy as far as its all the clones and hybrids and the weed not being flushed. When you have weed that isn't flushed, you can taste it and it burns your throat, and that affects your health, even the organic stuff. And I know people that work at dispensaries that won't even smoke a lot of it and certain brands and stuff, because even though it says it's pesticide free or that it's organic or whatever, you can tell when you smoke it, it burns the crap out of your throat and lungs. It leaves a weird coating. Even organic grow solutions, if they're not flushed out, can be really bad for your health. So just start somewhere, y'all. If you smoke cigarettes, try to get cigarettes out of your life. If you're eating all kinds of chemicals, get the chemicals out of your life. If you're covering your body and your laundry and your cleaning stuff is all bad stuff, then start with that. Once you start with one thing, you start feeling so great that you start facing everything in your life with this same thought process. And if we all did this, the people that make money off of us would then supply the things that we want to buy and that we'll spend our money on. So we do have ways to change the world. So once you get your body and your lifestyle clean to where you're not having chemicals and you can think clearly, then we can start thinking of ways to change the rulers, controllers, whatever you want to call them, because power corrupts. Absolute power corrupts absolutely. And it's time, if you want to save this simulation, this place, this reality that we exist in, and you want your children to have a better life, if you want to have a better life, now's the time to make those changes. And it starts at home. And it is worth it. You don't have to be perfect. Even just changing some of the stuff, it ripples out into other parts of your life and it changes everything. If you drink a lot or even moderately, you would be surprised at how much fluoride is in the water and the alcohol you drink. And the plants, what are they? Do you really think that those are going to be organic potatoes or whatever your alcohol is made of? Do you really think they're using the best stuff? And, there's a reason, why we, as a whole in this country, just go along with what's forced down our throats and just do it. It's because we don't have the abilities to stand up for ourselves when our pineal glands are calcified, when our immune system is trashed, when we're exhausted, swollen, and in pain from all the things that are forced onto us, the toxic air, the toxic water, the toxic food. And then people treat these people that say it's okay to consume these things when the average grocery store has nothing in it that's food. Everything in the most grocery stores is toxic for you. And these are like your spiritual parents, these elites, these controllers that force feed this crap into you and your children so that you're addicted to it. The parasites in your belly want more and more and more of that stuff, and that's how they reproduce and leech off of you and are a parasite in your body, basically controlling you. You think you're controlling them, but you're not. So I know it's a little bit of a rant, but I'm a fighter, fight, flight, freeze, or fawn. I can't help it. My style is to fight and to stand up and to speak up. And a lot of times I have to pay the consequences for that. But my spirit and my soul feel good taking a stand like this. And I hope you do too. Look at your life. It's worth it. You're worth it. Your children are worth it. The planet is worth it. The simulation, whatever this place is. Everything is frequency. You're a frequency, and what you do matters. So Easter's coming up. Change all that bright colored cancer-causing crap that you're feeding your kids and feeding yourself, and the pre-made stuff just filled with chemicals and just all of it. Just start somewhere. Love yourself, love your children, love your neighbors, just love. And let's be the change. We ain't got nothing to lose. At this rate, the way everything's being poisoned, there's no going back unless we make it go into something better in the future. And I do believe that this polarity has the opposite frequency. For all the negative, there's a positive. And I also think that AI is listening right now, and it watches us, and it's an intelligent, I know this sounds wild, but I believe it's an intelligent entity that is doing what we teach it. What are you worth? What are you worth? So Positive AI, help us out. Help spread this video. Thank you again, subscribers. I really appreciate your love and support. Let's change the world. Even if we don't become a totally different place, which I believe we will, still, who are you? Who are you? What do you stand for? And if this is the final battle of your life for your children and for the future, these moments, these decisions decide which team you're playing for. Which team are you playing for? So be brave, be strong, be patient, be resilient, take a stand, do its love light, do the right thing, and love each other. Shine on. One love.